We spend way too much money on buying some stuff. It's not even new, it's really old stuff. Why don't you watch us open this stuff? We'll be sad if this is just broken old stuff. Oh no.
Hello and welcome to Re-enthused. Today we are opening up another parcel, obviously from Japan because that's pretty much where most of my money goes. Yeah, well, let's just get on with it.
We spend way too much money on buying some stuff. It's not even new, it's really old stuff.
Lots of packing material, great. Get rid of all of that. Oh. Well, straight away on top. Wow, okay, I suddenly see why that cost so much to deliver. This was quite expensive, and it's maracas from Samba de Amigo, but in fact it would appear to be the arcade version. That I was not expecting. I just kind of randomly bid on this. Let me open it up.
We spend way too much money on buying.
No, this is Dreamcast. I don't recall that. I mean, it was a long time ago, I'll admit, but I don't recall that being part of Samba de Amigo. I mean, let me know, maybe I'm entirely wrong, but that is most definitely a Dreamcast plug. Put that to one side. Just as a minor plug, that's currently sitting on the boxed Virtual Boy, Nintendo Virtual Boy, that is part of our competition to get to 1,000 subscribers. Well, anyway, there you go. Those are indeed the Samba de Amigo controllers. Rather wonderful. Yes. Right. What's next? Oh, this is... Don't mind that. Right, so this was another kind of random purchase. It was just going, you know what, I'm going to stop talking while I try and unwrap this because it is very crinkly. Yeah, there we go. So it was a really quite cheap, just like 300 yen, which is nothing really. And it's like their version of Barcode Battler, if you remember that. And it just seemed really intriguing. So I think I'll be doing a video on this anyway, just because it looks really cool. And, yes. Right, going back and again slightly promoting the competition we were doing, I was trying to work out what game we were actually going to give away with the Virtual Boy, and that was because I was waiting for some auctions to finish up. And so we decided on Bomberman Panic Bomberman, which is kind of a puzzly Dr. Mario Puyo Puyo style version thing with the Bomberman characters. And that's because I was waiting for this auction to finish, and I indeed won it. I have this twice now, so an unboxed version and the boxed version. I will be giving away the boxed version, this one, for the person that wins that Virtual Boy. Right. Oh, nice, fancy. I don't recall quite a lot of the things that I ordered this, but I rarely ever recall the things I buy. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. So that's Romancing Saga for the Wonder Swan. Nice. Oh, that feels quite heavy. Let's get rid of these smaller ones first. Pardon me. Ah, nice. Hyper Wars for the TurboGrafx Super CD, PC Engine Super CD, however you want. do like these, like, a lot of things come in these nifty little envelope things, and I don't know why, they're kind of pleasing to me. Maybe because I just see them so often they've become familiar. That could be it. Oh, right. Okay, so a little while ago we did a review of a weird for FM Towns game called Hyper Ocean. Well, this is a very similar thing. So this is Galactic Odyssey for the FM Towns. And I suspect it's going to be another weird educational style multimedia thing. Again, obviously we'll be doing a video on that. Well, you know, we're trying to do videos on most of this stuff. Let's keep getting rid of these smaller ones because I see what's in that box over there, and I think you probably can as well. Okay, yeah, this is a weird one. Right. More weird for my decision on purchasing it rather than weird as an item itself. So, obviously we've got the 64DD and we've got the F0X expansion pack, which lets you create maps and stuff. We did a small video on that. I already own, obviously, F0X because otherwise you can't use that disc. However, this was incredibly cheap. And I don't have a boxed version of it, so I got it. And it's really good condition. Like, it's obviously dog-eared corners, but other than that, it feels in good condition. Hey, let's open it up. There's always a chance. I've never been ripped off on one of these auctions yet. Touch laminate, possibly would, but you never know. Well, that looks in really good condition. That's still got all of the packaging, all the manuals and stuff are in there. I'm very pleased with that. Oh, blimey, sorry about that noise. I'm very pleased with that. Right. What is next? Let's continue with these smaller things. Oh, there's a couple of small things on that one. Alright. It's quite a good pull. So with the added advantage again that I've forgotten most of the stuff I've purchased, so it's as much surprise to me as you. Ah, yes, Master of Monsters, also the PC Engine Super CD system. It's a good game. It's like a kind of a strategy style game. It's quite a good game. It's almost going to be almost certainly unplayable because it does rely on a lot of Japanese, but you can get through quite a lot of it as far as I am aware without knowing Japanese. And well, this looks like another PC Engine game because it's Naxat Soft. It is. I don't remember what it's called. I will look it up and I will probably put a subtitle if I remember. But it's another PC Engine Super CD game. I collect a lot of those. I love the PC Engine quite a lot, so I have quite a lot of games for it, and I get them whenever possible. Ah, yes. So they kind of had like a sale thing on Rakuten, which is basically like the Japanese Amazon, effectively. And this company was selling some PCFX games really, really cheap. And I don't have many PCFX games because, to be frank, they're not that great. But as they were cheap, so there we go. I don't remember the name of that one either. Again, I'll put it up. It's something special though. Same with that one. This Last Imperial Prince. And this, which is the first version of the one that I don't know the name of. That's going to be a lot of titling that's going to need to be done there. Make sure everything is starting to crash around me. Alright, I want to open up this big one because the other one is going to need some explanation. Although I think the other box, so there are two boxes, so I think the other box will better explain this other one that's underneath this box. Very interesting. It's one of of the things I really enjoy when I get stuff from another country is because you get their newspapers, so you get kind of like a slice of life, if you will. Oh, blimey. A stack of games. Oh yes, I remember these ones. Okay, so let's get the wrapping off. Yes, it is a whole bunch of Sega Saturn games. So there's the rather nicely packaged Soul Hackers, which that's kind of nice little double box there. And oh, well, something the Apocalypse 4. States Winner, which obviously I'm not that interested in. It's Japanese like horse riding games. I do not. Street Fighter Zero. It's a baseball game again. Well, I don't hate baseball games actually. I quite like, especially some of the ones on the Neo Geo. Victory Goal 96. Not into football games, which makes this even worse because it's worldwide soccer. And whatever that is. Again, a subtitle will probably happen. I mean, yeah, there's a few games there that I'm not interested in, but the whole bundle were incredibly cheap, so I really couldn't say no to it. Right, this one, okay. So, another genre of game that the Japanese really, really like are train driving games. And so, Taito, to go with their Go 64 game, released this. It's a train controller. There we go. Now, I'm not especially into train games, but again, I've never tried this. It was quite cheap. I've got to give it a shot because, well, I mean, you have to. Package with a whole bunch of newspapers again. Alright, so there you go. Looks in relatively good nick. Good condition, by the way, if you're not a peasant like me. Yeah, it'll be interesting. There'll be certainly a video on this. Right, now I've got to clear all this away and get the second box up here. I was originally doing these as 2 videos, but because of the Go 64 controller and what I suspect is, I really need to stop waving this around quite so. Right, let's leave that there for now. Because of the Go 64, I suspect that the cartridge for it is in here. If I'm wrong, then this is a waste, but it doesn't matter because I'll cut it out and you'll never know. Right, so let's open this one. We've got to do this quickly. The reason being that, again, it's quite a warm day. That over there is a studio light, and I can only have one on because even one is making me melt. So let's get this open with. Interesting. So, well, let's take a look at this first. What even is this? What random thing have I bought this time? Ah, cool. Right, so I bought 2 separate lots, and I guess, oh, they were both from Book Off, which is a big kind of, not exactly, well, it's a bookstore in Japan, but they do so much other stuff, including second-hand stuff, like electronics, but also really, really good retro sections. They're especially good for NES stuff, Famicom stuff. Rather. Right, so yes, that's the thing we're looking for. So that's the Go 64 game, the train simulator. We will look at that with the controller. Hopefully it works. If not, we will have to repair it first, then we'll look at it.
Old stuff. Oh no.
Yeah, so this is a bunch of Famicom Disk System games. The main one, which is kind of hard to see because it's not in its proper box, but it is. You know what? I'm just going to open this up and move the contents around so that it's more visible. Well, I managed to destroy the wrapping it was in, so that's not happening. There we go. So this is the Zelda game on the Famicom Disk System, which has some differences, I believe. There's a few other games, ice hockey. I cannot read any of these. I mean, we look at all these anyway. We will have like a kind of a play with the Famicom Disk System at some point. Oh yeah, that's like F1 race, which is quite an interesting racing game. Don't know what that is. I really do need to learn Japanese. Right. And 3D Hot Rally, which I own, but it does not work. So I'm hoping this one does. This uses the really awful 3D glasses, which I will try again. They make me nauseous in about 10 seconds flat, and I do not suffer from motion sickness in general. Oh well, that'll be fun. Yeah, so not Zelda 2. I didn't get that auction. I've just remembered, but Zelda, which again, certainly worth having. Now this is the Dreamcast Dream Eye. So it's the Dreamcast camera. Just really got it for completion's sake. There's not a huge amount you can do with it. But I love me some Dreamcast, so I had to have it. Ooh. Right. So this is a rather big box. Struggling to remember what this is. I guess it's possible it is just another bunch of controllers. I don't recall. I vaguely... no. This. Okay. So, I mean, the whole point of, again, I mean, I keep mentioning it, but it's kind of impossible not to. So, the whole point of doing the competition that we're currently doing to get to 1,000 subscribers is we're giving away a Nintendo Virtual Boy. Now, obviously, we're not going to give away our only Nintendo Virtual Boy, and the reason why we decided to do it is because we got this for a fairly good price. It's another boxed one. Now we're giving away our one solely because we know that one works perfectly because we've used it a lot. This one we're going to have to test out and make sure everything's fine. But yeah, that's kind of what we do here. So, or what we will be doing here is giving away, if we've got multiples of stuff, or we get other stuff, or we fix things, whatever, and they're good, then we will do competitions, because I think it's important to kind of give back, especially to the retro community, which is a really good community. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that I need to do a shout out to, and I will be doing that at some point because they really helped out. The smaller YouTube channels, especially, there's a bit of a camaraderie there, which is really quite touching, and we're going to give back as well. We've started to build up our channel now. We've started to get a few more subscribers, so we're going to give back to the people that effectively helped us there. Yeah, anyway, this is an unboxing, not an emotional journey, so I will hold it there. But yeah, there's some interesting stuff. We will definitely do some videos. There's a few things here I definitely want to do videos, but for now, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, then please like this. If you really enjoyed it, please subscribe, because there will be lots of other stuff like this, certainly, because I can't stop spending money. If you didn't like it, just let us know why, and we'll try to improve. Thanks very much.